guys, welcome to day 2 of our beauty challenge. Today's look is what we call going out. The makeup look is going to consist of a little bit more of the highlight and contour look, a smoky eye. Because the makeup is going to be so dramatic, the hair is going to be simple but still really sleek and chic. So first, you're going to start off with dry hair. We're going to go in with the dry shampoo that I told you about in the haul. So you're just going to go in and you're going to spray it at the root. Little section by section. And you don't need it all over your head. You just need it where you get most oily. So for most people, that's all these front areas here. And then right up in the crown area where you're going to want some, bring your volume back. And again, just taking small sections and just spraying it right on the root. You don't want to spray this through to the ends because it is made to soak up oil. So you don't want to make your ends dry. So once you do that, you can rub it all in with your fingers. And then I like to just take a paddle brush. So see, now she's already got some of her fluff back that was weighed down by oil. And from wearing her hair in a ponytail today, it kind of got weighed flat. So you just want to find your part. And then you're going to go in at the crown area, which is right here. And what you're going to do is you're going to part it from your part in the front, from the crown, and down to the ear. And that's going to be your front section. So you can clip that off, get that out of the way. And then you're going to do the same thing on the other side. You're going to start at the crown, you're going to drag it down, straight down, to right behind the ear. And you're going to section that off and get that out of the way. So now all you have to focus on is the back. You're just going to clip this off. And then we're going to go in, each time you pull down a section, you're going to want to use a heat protectant spray. And then you're just going to go in, and anywhere that you don't want volume, you're going to go in horizontally. You're going to go in on the bottom because we don't want volume down there, and you're just going to roll it under. So then you're just going to take your next section down. Now you're going to want to use your flat iron to style your hair at the same time as straightening it, especially if you didn't blow dry it first. And when you clamp the hair, instead of just clamping it down and then dragging, you're going to do a little bounce at the root. So you're going to do something like this and then go down. That gets your flat iron right to the root so you're nice and smooth, but you don't get that dent in there. Okay, so now because we're up getting closer and closer, you're going to want to flat iron your hair vertically. So you're going to take your section and you're going to go up. And you're going to be working across your head. So again, I'm just going to take my flat iron, I'm going to bounce it at the root. And then I'm going to drag it straight out. And then once you get to the ends, you can kind of just roll them under. So now I'm going to take another vertical section. And this way is actually much faster. Perfect. So now she still has that height up in the crown. By going vertically, you still get to leave that little fluff at the root, which is nice. And you also get a little bit more of a piecier look. So the sides are really easy and they go really fast. So you're going to do one section that's about an inch thick right above the ear. So I'm going to work from the back of this section towards the front of her head, and these are all going to be vertical. So see how that makes it lay nice? It still has movement, which is really nice. On this front section, you're gonna wanna over direct the section, which means that if it's sectioned here, you're gonna wanna drag it towards the face. By over directing the hair in this section, I can really get those baby hairs in. And again, a 1-inch section right above the ear. And again, this front section now is going to be pulled towards her face, over directed to get those baby hairs in there. And the last section, again, starting at the back of the head. And this section is still going to get flat ironed vertically, but it's basically just going to be up and down directly, straight off the head. And then when you let go, you're going to lie it back. So that gives her a little extra height up in here. And then the rest of the sections are going to be flat ironed vertically, and they're going to lay down to the side. Then you're just going to take your comb, go in, comb out the sections. And here is our flat ironed look. You can go right into the crown area and do a tiny little bit of back combing, or teasing as they want to call it. Give you a little bit of height, and then, this is my favorite, you take your hairspray and you're going to get your hair right at the root, and you're going to shake it back and forth as you spray your hairspray on it. Hold your hair up like this, give a little spray, hold it for a second, let it set, and then let go to give you some height. And then again, you're going to shake it and spray. So this way, as you can see, her hair is still plenty full. It doesn't look like it's flat to her head, but it's still really straight. Okay, so next to complete this look, Jacqueline is going to be doing an extreme smoky eye with contouring and highlighting.
Hi guys, so I'm going to show you how to do the smoky eye to finish off our going out look. So the first thing I'm going to do is apply an eye primer to my eye, just like how we showed you before, from your lash line all the way up to your brow bone. I'm just going to do one half of my face for the sake of time, so you guys aren't watching a 5-hour video. I'm also going to run this just under my lower lash line. So first, I'm just going to lightly fill in my brows. You don't want to have a crazy dark eyebrow because this is going to be a more dramatic look anyways. So I'm just going to lightly fill in my eyebrow. And I'm just using a powdered shadow similar to my natural eyebrow color. Take a warm brown shade, not too dark, so I'm going to use this one here, and I'm just going to brush that in my crease, and this is just going to give us a base to work off of, because with a smoky eye it is all about blending. The most important thing is blending. So we're just going to blend this light brown warm shade all over the crease. And this is where your Bare Ramona color switch is going to really come in handy, that I talked about in the haul. So I'm going to clean off my brush using the color switch, and I'm going to go back in again and blend that even more. So the next thing I'm going to do is take a even darker warm shade of brown. So I'm going to use this one. It's like a red brown. And I'm going to use the same brush that I was using and go right into my crease with it. And we're just going to blend that out. And you're just going to keep on blending until you're happy with how it looks and that you don't have a line. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to just take a flat eyeshadow brush. You can use any kind that you have. And I'm going to use it to pack on eyeshadow. So I'm actually going to go in with my black. And you're just going to start packing that on right at your lash line. Now keep in mind, the reason we do our eyes first is if you get fallout with your eyeshadow, that way it's not going to ruin your foundation. And this is definitely one of those looks where it's possible where you're using such dark colors. So you're just going to keep packing that on all the way to your lashes, and you're going to bring it in. I like to leave a little bare space right here, because then I'll put a little highlight in the corner of my eye. And keep packing it on. You want it to be nice and dark. But you do not want to bring it up to your crease yet, because that will leave you room to blend that black out so you don't have a harsh black line. And you also don't want to quite bring it out to the edge of your eye yet. When you get that the color that you like, nice and dark, you can switch to your blending brush. And this just still has a little bit of leftover color from the warm brown we're using, but that's okay because you're going to use it to blend the two together. So you're going to go in with your blending brush and just start blending those together. Now you're going to see a little of a smudgy look, but that's okay. Don't worry, you didn't mess it up. That's just going to happen when you keep blending. So I keep going back and forth with my color switch to wipe off a little color and go back and blend. And see, you're getting that nice blend there. I'm also going to keep going back and forth between my flat shadow brush, and where I need a little more black packed on, I'm going to add it. And see how it's starting to blend up there? That's what you want to see. So now I'm going to go back to my color switch again. And then I'm going to go back into our warm brown. Tap it off a little bit, or you can flick it with your finger. And you're going to go right again at the edge of where your crease is. I'm going to still use my same blending brush, and I'm going to take a little bit of that warm brown, and I'm going to connect the underneath of my eye, because right now it's so heavy on the top and you don't really have anything on the bottom. So what you want to do is bring that underneath so it connects. So you're going to bring it from where it is out here, and you're just going to blend it out. And you just keep blending it out. Don't worry if you're like, oh my gosh, I have this huge circle under my eye. That can all be cleaned up. We just want to make sure you get it nice and blended underneath. I'm going to take a slightly more precise eyeshadow brush. You can see the difference in size. I'm going to take this smaller brush, and I'm going to dip just a tiny bit of the black on the tip of it. I'm going to bring that underneath my eye as well, right against your lashes. And I'm just going to one more time go back with my flat brush and pack the black just on my lash line. Take another fluffy blending brush, And I'm going to take one of my lighter shades, which I'm going to use that first warm brown shade that we used. And I'm going to take that right again at the top here to blend out some of that harshness. Then I'm going to use my color switch and clean that same brush off. And I'm going to go in with this bone shade here. And I'm just going to take that on the same brush and apply it directly under my brow. So we're not going to use any eyeliner with this look because it's just really not necessary. It's such a dark look, your eyeliner won't even really show up. So this is basically how the eye is going to look before we clean it. Alright, so to save time, I went back and I finished my other eye, and I also went in and applied my foundation. And I just did that the same way I showed you yesterday using the Beauty Blender. Now I'm going to show you guys how to do a little bit of a more extreme contour. A lot of people are interested in this now with the whole Kim Kardashian thing, and everybody wants that extreme crazy contour. So I'm going to show you how to get a little bit more of a dramatic contour using a powder contour rather than a cream one, which is what they get to achieve, what they use to achieve that Kim Kardashian contour look. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use a brush like this instead of the brush I normally contour with, which is this one. This one is going to give you a little bit more of a precise line. I'm going to take that in my contour, get a decent amount on your brush, and now what you're going to do is you're going to look at your face, and that's how you find your contour. So you don't want to bring this all the way down, obviously, to your mouth, but you want to bring it down far enough to give you an actual contoured look. And first what I'm going to do is develop that line. That way we have something to work off of. Take the same brush and I'm going to hold it sideways. And I'm just going to lightly, right by my hairline, blend this sideways. And that's how we're going to start blending this line out. Then I'm going to tilt it kind of diagonally and just start blending. And I'm blending this up. And you're just going to continue blending this until you have the color that you're comfortable with and you don't have a harsh line. So I use this brush to apply it and to really get that line. I'm going to go back in with my favorite fluffy brush and I'm going to blend this out a little bit more. I'm going to take my flat brush again with a little bit of product, not as much as before. So you can almost see the shape already. I'm going to just enhance that a teensy bit. And you can kind of see you just wanted enough to give your cheek here the definition. Do you see the difference? But it's not a harsh line. So then we're going to take our flat brush again and we're just going to bring our contour right up the sides of our hairline here through your temple. And then I'm going to go back in again with my fluffy brush and blend that out. We use the flat brush to put down more product and then we'll use the fluffy brush to blend it out. Can you see the difference? So we're just going to do that all around. And then for my jawline, I'm actually going to use my fluffy brush. And I'm going to dip it into the contour. Not too much. And I'm just going to follow the line of my jaw. And we're going to blend it out. And then you just want to blend it down. Again, I'm only doing half of my face just so to save you guys time. I'm all done with the contour. before I go in with my highlight, I'm going to apply a little bit of blush. So I'm just using that shade I showed you in my haul video. Dot that on your cheeks for a little bit of color. And you're going to meet that right where I did my contour here. So now we're going to do the highlight. So I'm using the Soft and Gentle, which I showed you in the haul, and my fan brush, which I also showed you. So you're just going to dust that in here. And where you want to apply your highlight, so we've got our contour, we've got our blush, and you want your highlight right to be on the top of your cheekbone. So for me, it's right here, and you're just going to brush it back and forth like this. And for this look, it's obviously a little bit more dramatic because it is for going out. So you're just going to blend your highlight out, and that's just going to enhance your cheekbones and the shape of your face even more. So then I like to take this same fan brush and dip it back into the highlight, and I just take it a little bit on the center of my forehead. I'm going to take it down the bridge of my nose, the tip of my chin, and my Cupid's bow. So now we're almost done with our look. I'm going to go ahead and curl my lashes. And apply mascara. And then the very last step is going to be our lipstick. Probably one of the biggest mistakes people make when they're doing their makeup is that they think smoky eye red lip. No. If you have a bold lip and a bold eye, it's just too much. So for this look today, I'm going to be using Jeffree Star's Velour Liquid Lipstick. So I'm going to go ahead and apply this. And I always like to start in my Cupid's bow, and then I'll fill in the larger parts of my lips. Now I'm going to go back and I'm going to create the lines of my lips. And there you go. This is our dramatic, going out, smoky, just fun makeup and hair look. So thank you guys for watching, and stay tuned for our next tutorial.